Welcome to part 3 of mechanical comfort with your creative potential instrument, the guitar. We talked about tools that you can use, such as the strap and a cushion or a footstool. And we talked about the angle of the neck of the guitar. I hope that you've had some time to experiment with these things. And today, in this video, I want to talk about what happens when we are concentrating on the guitar, on making the music, on the practice, and how our breathing and the curves of the spine interrelate with this in this equation, so that this is the thing, not just because it's nice mental gymnastics, but so that we can avoid neck pain and that we can avoid shoulder difficulties and other types of difficulties that sometimes some musicians, and especially some guitarists, can be have to deal with. Okay? And so the more tools we have, constructive tools we have for dealing positively and not having to be set back, I think that's better, don't you think? I don't know. I personally don't like pain, but then again, I practice Aikido, and a lot of people think, well, aren't the arm locks and hand locks painful? And I say, well, not necessarily. It's that's another conversation, but not necessarily. So here I am. Hopefully being able to, I might have to move the camera, I might have to stop and move the camera, because I want to make sure that I can show you something about the base of support, the lowest part of the spine, which is also connected to the pelvis. And so no matter what we do, there is a spice, or there's a modicum, opportunity for rotation around the guitar. And with a lot of people, when they rotate around the guitar, they also shorten and drop down. Okay? So this is not a complex thing. It's you can see it in yourself. Simply do a little video, have a friend take a couple of photos of you when you're just practicing, and you'll see what I mean. Are you your fullest height as you're playing the guitar, which you can be, and you can still rotate and turn your neck and all sorts of things, or are you shrinking down? So then you can come back to this and realize that the solution to this mathematical problem of mechanics of comfort is not as simple and also not as complicated as we think. The problem is this darn thing called the plumb line ideal, that I have to have the back of my head the same place as the back of my sacrum. Now, a lot of people think that this is good posture. You might have been told that this is good posture. You might walk around thinking that this is good posture. Well, it's actually not. And that would be a course of videos that I do want to do, to talk about the muscles of breathing, the muscles of the torso, the muscles of the core that get compromised horrendously if we think this is good posture. Okay, so now I want to go back to the shortening in stature. So I want you to actually do this. Maybe you stop the video after watching with us. Say, so what I've done is actually I've curved around my guitar as much as possible, as if I was going to do a thing and play the notes with my tongue. Not that you would want to do that. You might, but for example, you just come really close and really drop your weight all the way down into your instrument without having to risk dropping your baby. and just play something there. It doesn't matter. Play scale, play a bunch of chords. Doesn't matter what it is that you're playing. But I want you to notice the direction of weight. That if you really, really, really let go, which way you would go. Well, I'll let you decide. So maybe pause the video, go and try it, and come back, and we'll continue. Do let me know what you discovered when you really drop down into the base of your spine and really imagine as if you were going to get as close as possible to the guitar. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to do that, what I call endearingly, I don't want to use non-endearing words, but the very sarcastic endearingly, I call it the plumb line ideal that we see all the time promoted as good posture. I want you to try that now. I want to give you an idea of what I'm talking about without having to put the chair on my trusty iPhone that's connected to the mic. So I want you to get as curved backward. It actually doesn't feel very good on my larynx. As possible from the guitar, as if you were trying to really get your shoulders back and down, and then you're not going to be able to stay there that long, and you'll realize that you'll start falling down nevertheless. But this, you might, sorry, I don't want to assume anything. You might start falling down, but this time you still have to get close to the guitar, and if you even have developed, hopefully enough, to not have to rely on your eyes for playing the instrument, you will want to subconsciously even think, oh, gotta get my shoulders back and down, gotta get that extension going, and then you'll be combining that extension with compression and kind of a rotation that might not even be useful. So stop the video, go and try the plumb line ideal, exaggerate it, get your so-called curves of the spine. I'm being sarcastic, but try it just for sake of science. This feels horrible on my speaking air producing mechanism. And then, you're doing this consciously, you see. Then, add the fact that once you start playing, once you start focusing on the music, chances are that you will start lowering in stature. That means the distance between your sit bones and your shoulders will decrease while you're trying to have good posture, as it were. And so, and then when the rotation sets in, you get the entire recipe for neck pain, for shoulder pain, for hip pain. So, in the next video, you know that was coming, right? Because this is just getting too long. I want you to, for this video, I want you to spend some time with those two extremes of really curling down over the guitar, as if you were going to play it with your mouth. Maybe do that just for fun. And then apply the socially acceptable idea of good posture and the so-called curves of the spine. Sorry, I'd like to say a lot of words, but I like to be also congenial. And then you realize that once that good idea of good posture comes in, now I'm going to show you from the other side. What happens is that you're trying to do good posture, rotate, and then you will lose some distance as you go and concentrate on what you're doing over a period of a practice of, let's say, 20, 25 minutes, even 30 minutes, even 10 minutes. Please have an experiment and tell me what you found. Write to me or write on the comments below. I'd really love to know that someone is out there who cares about being comfortable with the guitar to avoid injuries or to recover from them. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. This is Mastone with love from Australia, and I'll see you soon.